Welcome to Brainish English Stories.
It was a quiet night. Natalia Andreevna Bronin, her married name is Nikitin, an opera singer, was lying in her bedroom. She was relaxed and sleepy. She was thinking about her little daughter who lived far away with her grandmother or aunt. Her daughter was more important to her than the people who liked her singing, flowers, or news in the papers. She would love to think about her daughter until morning. She was happy and calm, and she just wanted to lie there, resting and dreaming about her little girl without being disturbed. Suddenly, the singer opened her eyes wide. She heard a loud, sharp ringing sound at the door. After 10 seconds, the bell rang again, and then a third time. The door opened with a loud noise, and someone walked in, stamping his feet loudly, like a horse. He was breathing hard because of the cold outside. Ugh, there's no place to hang my coat, the singer heard a deep, rough voice say. A famous singer, but no place for a hat. My husband, thought the singer, frowning. And I think he brought one of his friends to stay the night. How annoying! Her peaceful night was over. She heard someone loudly blowing his nose and taking off his boots. Then, the singer heard quiet footsteps in her bedroom. It was her husband, Denis Petrovich Nikitin. He brought in cold air and smelled of brandy. For a long time, he walked around the bedroom, breathing heavily and bumping into chairs in the dark, like he was looking for something. "What do you want?" his wife groaned, tired of him moving around. "You woke me up." "I'm looking for matches, my love." "You aren't asleep then?" "I brought you a message. Greetings from that red-haired man who always sends you flowers. Zagvozdkin." "I just went to see him." "Why did you go to see him?" "Oh, nothing much. We sat, talked, and had a drink." "Say what you like, Natalie, but I don't like that man." "I really don't like him. He is such a fool. He is rich. He has 600,000, but you would never know it. Money is as useless to him as grass. He doesn't spend it, and he doesn't help anyone with it. Money should be moving, but he keeps it all. What's the use of money if it's just sitting there? It's as useless as grass." Her husband sat down at the foot of the bed, breathing hard. "Money that just sits there is harmful," he continued. "Why are businesses failing in Russia? Because there is too much money sitting around. People are afraid to invest it. It's different in England. There are no people like Zagvozdkin in England, my dear. Over there, every penny is moving. They don't lock it up in boxes." "Well, that's fine. I'm sleepy," said the wife. Right away. What was I talking about? Yes. In these hard times, hanging is too good for Zagvozdkin. He is such a fool and a bad man, no better than a fool. If I asked him for a loan without anything in return, even a child could see that he wouldn't lose anything. But he doesn't understand, the idiot. For 10,000, he could have made 100,000. In a year, he could have made another 100,000. I explained, but he didn't give me the money, the fool. "I hope you didn't ask him for a loan using my name," said the wife. What a strange question. Mari DL, her husband, replied, feeling upset. "Anyway, he would be more likely to give me 10,000 than you. You are a woman, And I am a man, a business person. And what a plan I gave him. It wasn't some silly idea, but a real, strong business idea. If I found someone who understood, I could have gotten 20,000 just for the idea. Even you would understand if I explained it. But don't talk about it to anyone. Not a word. I think I've told you about it already. Have I told you about the sausage skins? Maybe later. I think I have. Do you get the idea? Right now, the shops and people who make sausages get their sausage skins locally, and they pay a high price for them. But if someone brought sausage skins from the Caucasus, where they are worth nothing and just thrown away, then where do you think the sausage makers would buy their skins? From here or from me? From me, of course. I would sell them at 1/10 of the price. Now, let's think about it like this. Every year in Petersburg, Moscow, and other big cities, these skins would sell for 500,000. Let's say that's the minimum. Well, and if you can tell me tomorrow, later on, said the wife, feeling sleepy. Yes, that's true. You're sleepy, I'm sorry. I'll go now. But say what you like, with money, you can do good business anywhere. With money, you can even make 1,000,000 out of cigarette ends. Look at the theater business. Why, for example, did Lentovsky fail? It's simple. He didn't start the right way. He had no money and ran straight into trouble. He should have secured his money first, and then moved slowly and carefully. Nowadays, you can easily make money with a theater, whether it's private or for the public. If you produce the right plays, charge a low ticket price, and attract the audience, you could make 100,000 in the first year. You don't understand, but I'm making sense. You see, you like saving money, but you're no better than that fool Zagvostkin. You pile up money and don't know what for. You don't listen, you don't want to. If you put it to use, you wouldn't need to keep rushing around. For a small private theater, 5,000 would be enough to start. Not like Lentovsky's big theater, but something modest. I've already got a manager and I've found a good building. I just don't have the money. If only you understood, you would sell your shares. No, thank you. You have taken enough from me already. Leave me alone. I've had enough punishment. If you're going to argue like a woman, then of course. Sighed Nikitin as he stood up. Of course. Leave me alone. Go away and stop keeping me awake. I'm tired of listening to your silly talk. Sure, of course. Taken, robbed. We always remember what we give, but we forget what we take. I have never taken anything from you, said the wife. Is that so? But when you weren't a famous singer, who paid for everything then? And who, may I ask, took you out of poverty and gave you a happy life? Don't you remember that? Come on, go to bed. Go and sleep. Do you think I'm drunk? If I'm so low in the eyes of such an important lady, I can leave for good. Go ahead. That's a good idea. I will. I've been humble enough. I'm going to leave. Oh my God. Yes, please go. I'll be so happy if you do. Fine, we'll see. Nikitin mumbled something to himself, stumbled over the chairs, and left the bedroom. Then the singer heard sounds from the hallway, whispers, the noise of shoes being put on, and the door closing. Maridiel was really upset and had left. Thank God, he's gone, thought the singer. Now I can sleep. As she falls asleep, she thinks about her husband, Maridiel, and wonders how this bad situation happened. He used to live in Chernigov and worked as a bookkeeper there. Back then, as just a regular man, not the husband of a famous singer, he was quite tolerable. He would go to work, get his salary, and his dreams were small, like buying a new guitar, stylish trousers, or an amber cigarette holder. But after he became the husband of a celebrity, everything changed. The singer remembers how, when she first told him she wanted to perform on stage, he got angry. He complained to her parents and threw her out of the house. She had to start performing without his permission. But when he learned from the newspapers and from others that she was making a lot of money, he forgave her, quit his job as a bookkeeper, and started living off her. The singer was shocked by how he changed. Where did he learn all these new tastes and fancy manners? How did he learn to enjoy oysters and different expensive wines? Who taught him to dress fashionably and call her Natalie instead of her old name, Natasha? It's so strange, the singer thinks. In the past, he saved his salary, but now even 100 rubles a day isn't enough for him. He used to be scared to talk in front of schoolboys, afraid of saying something stupid. But now he acts familiar with princes. What a pathetic little man. Then the singer is startled again. The bell rings in the entryway, and the housemaid, grumbling and stomping her feet, goes to open the door. Someone enters, stamping like a horse. He's back, thinks the singer. When will I ever have peace? This is disgusting. She is filled with anger. Wait, I'll show you. She jumps up and runs barefoot into the small drawing room where her husband usually sleeps. She enters just as he is taking off his clothes and folding them neatly on a chair. You went away, she says, her eyes full of anger. Why did you come back? Nikitin doesn't say anything and just sniffs. You left. Now leave again, right this minute. Do you hear me? Her husband coughs and continues undressing without looking at her. If you don't leave, you rude man, then I will, she shouts, stamping her foot. I will leave. Do you hear me, rude, worthless man? Get out. You should be ashamed in front of our guest, mutters her husband. The singer looks around and finally notices an unfamiliar face that looks like an actor's. The man, seeing the singer's bare shoulders and feet, becomes embarrassed and looks like he wants to disappear. Let me introduce, mumbles Nikitin Bezbaznikov, a provincial manager. The singer screams and runs back to her bedroom. See, says her husband as he lies down on the sofa. It was all love just now, my love, my darling, kisses, but as soon as we talk about money, this happens. It's clear. Money is the most important thing. Good night. A minute later, he is snoring,